Hello and welcome to a new video. Today I would like to show you an amazing feature of our folder section, and that without the programming of any kind of additional dashboards, you can create a building monitoring for room temperature, room climate, and water leakage directly without the need of creating a couple of manual dashboards. So in here we have a workspace that has 100 sensors. These are simulated sensors placed in different kinds of areas in an office building. We have different floors, we have different rooms in here, and they are measuring temperature, humidity, but also if there's a water leakage happening. Now, with all of those 100 devices, if we click on Overview, we can already see all of these devices here in the semantics features. So we have the temperatures of all of these devices. We have a temperature overview, the humidity of all of these devices, and then the water leakage and mold risk. Currently they are all offline. This is because it's simulated devices, but my purpose of this video is to show you how you can manage these number of devices. We have a feature which is called folders. So on the sidebar you see manage folders. And let's go back into the list view. We can see there are tags assigned to each tags. We can see that there are tags assigned to each device. And now let's go into manage folders by clicking on the sidebar, and we can see this modal popping up where we can create a couple of folders. Let me go ahead and just create a few. We call this ground floor. Now, if you want to assign devices, let's go ahead, click on ground floor, scroll down a little bit. There's this automatic device filtering option. This filters devices based on tags. And now we can go ahead and select floor number 1. Let's move to the second floor. This is floor number 2. It's the first floor because floor number 1 is ground floor. And then this is floor number 3. And now floor number 1 is ground floor, first floor, second floor. We also have display and viewing options. So because these are all stationary devices, it doesn't make sense to use the map view on any of those. Let's deactivate it. You can then also define what kind of view you want to start with. Do you want to see it in a list or in a grid, or the overview that shows the statistics of each of these floors? We are going to leave it like this so that it starts with the overview for ground floor, first and second floor. Save changes. And now you can see we have 3 folders here on this workspace. Now, if I click on one of those folders, I can see, okay, it directly leads me to the semantic stats, the overviews. And then I can see, okay, 20 devices, which represents 20 rooms if every sensor is placed in a single room. And we can see the average of all of these rooms on the ground floor now in this overview. And this is different from how it is on all devices where you have all 100 devices, but this is just the ground floor. And you can see we have 9 water leakage detected. The mold risk is low. There's also a subview available for this one. And the other semantics also just apply to the different kinds of rooms. Now you have the first floor and the second floor, and you can see the stats are changing based on the devices. Now there's also the option, because we saw that there's different kind of rooms available on these floors. What we can do now is we can even go ahead and manage folders, click on ground floor, and you see a plus icon. This means we can have a subfolder inside of a folder. And let's search for the available tags. We again select floor number 1. And then we want to have, for example, the management rooms. We need to match all tags and not one, because then it basically shows all devices having management and all devices having floor 1 tag. But we want to make sure that both tags need to be assigned to the devices. And then again, we don't want the map view. And we call this management rooms, save changes. And now you can see that there's a new folder area in ground floor, which is management rooms. And you can click on this and you see, okay, it's just one management room in the ground floor, which is room 116. And this then basically shows you the overview of that management room in the particular semantic overview, or in the list if you would have multiple rooms here, or in the grid view if you want to see all of these rooms in a separate view. And this one here is the combined semantics or KPIs for this particular room. And again, in here also the device list. And you can filter back down to the ground floor or to all devices. And then basically, as you saw, it changes the filtering based on the configuration of the folders. That's how you can use our new couple of weeks old folder section, something that has been demanded by a lot of customers, for a long time already. And finally, it's here. Yeah, let us know what you think. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.